Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is MetallicTCG coming at you guys with a Ancient Gear deck profile for July 2020 for Duel Links format. This is actually be recorded on July 25th, just because this is like going to be the best time for me to be able to do this. And this is actually a very solid list, and I'm actually really happy with it. We can also talk about some combos with it too. So, yeah, if you're new to the channel and enjoy Duel Links content, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We have plenty more content coming for you guys down the road, along with some other TCG in the works. And I actually do want to make a normal Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck profile on this very deck, so stay tuned for that as well. So basically, the deck is very straightforward in what it wants to do. It pretty much wants to destroy either Gear Town or Fortress, or even rely on the ability Middle-Age Mechs in order to be able to get out Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon is a fantastic card because he is definitely one of the biggest accelerants and game-winning cards you can do. When he attacks, your opponent can't use any spell or monster effects until the end of the damage step, which is huge because you're essentially locking out your opponent from doing anything when you're smacking with a 3000 beat stick. And the fact that he can use his ability after the damage step, after it attacks or whatever, to destroy a spell or trap card on the field, whether it be your own Gear Town, your own Gear Fortress, or your opponent's back row, it's insanely good. Plus, you can use it to also get rid of things like, you know, field spells and also problematic back row. So, we're playing 2 Reactor Dragon. You don't need more than 2. 3, it would be a little bit of an overkill just because, again, there's really not really good discard outlets. Again, you could summon this guy off of Gear Town or Ancient Gear Fortress, so there's no need to have more than 2. We are then running 3 copies of Ancient Gear Wyvern. Wyvern is basically our Stratos for the deck. He gets things moving. You always want to open up with this Wyvern as soon as possible. Preferably at the turn 1, but you know, there are things that do happen. The one thing you should be concerned, or not concerned, but keep in mind that when you normal summon him, you cannot set cards for the rest of your turn. So be sure to set down your controllers, your Stubble Cyclones, your Drowning Mirror Force, whatever you have. So again, really good target to be able to search out Wyvern if you need, Reactor Dragon if you need to. You can also search out Fortress, because again, it just gets things moving for you. So here's actually something that I am doing as well. One day when I was streaming this deck on Twitch, link in the description below, by the way, one person suggested using Planet Pathfinder. At first, it was a really interesting idea because it's, again, basically a normal summon of terraforming. And honestly, I did find myself enjoying the card nonetheless. Just being able to have another normal summon is really cool. And the fact that you can be able to add Gear Town from your deck to your hand is really nice. So essentially, we're playing 5 Gear Towns. Again, we want to destroy Gear Town as soon as possible and get things moving. So Planet Pathfinder is a nice addition to the deck. I'm still doing some testing. So far, it's been more beneficial than not. So, again, up to you. 3 Gear Towns. Gear Town is fantastic in this deck just because with Middle-Age Mechs, it gives you the ability to be able to have access to Ancient Gear Castle, which allows you to get counters for Ancient Gear monsters that can then be used in place for tributes. So with Gear Town, not only can you be able to have reduction on your normal summoning of these guys if you actually get to that point, but it's also just insanely easy to destroy and get out your Reactor Dragon. So we definitely want to play 3 copies to see this as soon as possible with cards like Double Cyclone and D-Spell. So Double Cyclone is a really good card. It's very beneficial for getting rid of your Gear Town, but also, again, any problematic spell traps that your opponent may have, because the deck is pretty susceptible to things that are not happening during the battle phase. So if your opponent has, for example, like, you know, Magician Navigation set, they activate that and they have Dark Magical Circle, it can cause you some problems because they could just simply try to banish your cards or even just negate the effects. So Double Cyclone is really nice because you get to deal with that stuff during the end phase and then pop your Gear Town and then start off with a great opening card play. I'm also playing 2 Enemy Controllers, so Enemy Controller works really well in this deck, to be honest. So again, this deck is pretty much like an all or nothing OTK, I want to go second deck. So having Enemy Controller, not only does it give you the ability to be able to prevent your opponent from taking you out by using the first effect, but what you can also do is, let's say you summon, you know, Reactor Dragon, and then you attack, Reactor Dragon activates effect, pop in a card, activate effect, pop Gear Town, special summon another Reactor Dragon. You can then use the other Reactor Dragon to attack and destroy the stuff, but you can also use Enemy Controller to take your opponent's monsters to make it so much more easier to OTK. So like you'll use, like, you know, you'll get your Wyvern out, pop Gear Town, summon Reactor, use Enemy Controller, tribute Wyvern to then take over their monster, then go to battle phase, reactor attack, pop something that's like a background, then just swing for game with their own monster. So, Enemy Controller is a pretty nice card. I really do like having the inclusion of 2 of it. We're also playing 2 copies of Fortress. You don't need more than that because you're, again, searching this out with Wyvern. So during the turn that normal or special summon, your opponent cannot target gear monsters you control with card effects and they cannot be destroyed, which is really nice. The protection is really crucial. And also this card is destroyed. You can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand or graveyard. So again, just having this card getting popped is really nice because you can easily summon this guy from your hand or graveyard or even a Wyvern, and that's also going to net you a search. So again, Fortress is just super good. It gets your plays moving, but also can get you some value. Dispel, this card is very straightforward. It basically, the main premise of the card is to destroy Gear Town, but it can also be very important to destroy your other opponent's spell cards on the field, especially if they have, like, you know, Dark Magical Circle, any of their, like, you know, Aroma cards that are face-up spell cards. So it's just very versatile, and I really do like it in the inclusion of the deck. And again, this would not be a MetallicTCG deck profile without having a copy of Drowning Mirror Force. If you see me on Twitch streaming Duel Links, you know I'm a huge advocate for this card. I just love this card so much. It's kind of a sacky card, but again, I really like it. In the event that Ancient Gears are not able to get the OTK and they clear your board and then they try to go for game, this just helps you reset the game state and potentially kind of regroup and get your stuff going again. So again, you can switch Drowning Mirror Force out with anything else you want, but I just like Drowning Mirror Force as a card. Again, that's just player preference. The extra deck, it really doesn't even matter. I mean, we have the 1 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. We don't play Polymerization, it doesn't matter. We have the 2 Brave Neoses because nothing matters. 2 Neos, yeah. So, again, extra deck is not really relevant right now just because we don't have any things to make it relevant. So, again, I just feel like it's nice having an extra deck. I don't know. You can literally have it at 0 and have no impact on the deck, so. But yeah, this is my Ancient Gear deck profile for July 2020. Let me know your thoughts down below in the description. I'm really curious to hear other people's suggestions and takes on the deck. If you have any deck profile suggestions you like in the future, let me know down below as well. I'd be more than happy to see what I can be able to do with my collection. Again, thank you so much for checking out this video. Again, please subscribe for more awesome content down the road. And again, follow me on Twitch if you want to join part of the fun with Duel Links. We stream it every Sunday, 9 p.m. Pacific time. And I'd love you to be a part of our growing community. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.